When I was a senior in high school, my physics teacher, who was a Basilian priest, asked me and kept me after school one day, and he said, "Kevin, have you ever thought about becoming a priest?" And I responded with the truth, and I said, "No, Father, I really haven't," because I always thought priests, even though they were incredible guys, were kind of born differently. And the things that I like to do, I thought were kind of too normal, too ordinary. So I like girls. I like playing sports. I like to go to movies with my friends. I never thought that God would be calling me to be a priest. Anyways, as fate would have it, 10 years later, after that date, I was ordained a priest. And one of the misconceptions that I had when I was in formation to be a priest is I always thought that there were things that I had to do because once I became a priest, my ordinary life would kind of be over. So I decided to jump out of a plane with a parachute, decided to travel to Europe and to do all these things before I was ordained. And the biggest surprise for me is that since being a priest, God hasn't closed those doors to my personality, but in fact, God has opened those doors to my personality. And I've been able to do many more things as a priest than I could have ever imagined possible prior. So since being a priest, I've been able to be a missionary to Colombia, been able to celebrate Mass in a psychiatric hospital. I've been able to celebrate Mass for professional baseball teams or football teams. I've had the opportunity to be the chaplain for a police department, to swim from Alcatraz over to San Francisco, to do a couple of mini triathlons, a couple of half Ironmans. And so my advice to those of you who are considering priesthood is rather than think that your life has to be fairly narrow and that you have to sacrifice your personality, is to consider that God, through your personality, might be calling you to use all the gifts and talents that you have to actually open many more doors than to close those doors. And so if you're considering that, talk to a priest or a nun or to a teacher or to a coach or to a mentor, because God calls us to be able to be more of who we are, to serve the greater church and the people of God in service. Thanks very much.